Welcome to Promise EGP System training video on managing Liaison Officer Profile and adding Assistant Liaison Officers. This short video will guide procuring entity liaison officers on managing Liaison Officer Profiles and adding Assistant Liaison Officers. In this video, you will learn on how to do the following: viewing and editing the Liaison Officer Profile, adding Assistant Liaison Officers. First, we will check how the liaison officer manage his profile. You have to go to My Profile, View. In here, the liaison officer can see the registration related details of the procuring entity, and also in here under Settings tab, he can either change the password, go to the login log. This is the login log, and in here the liaison officer can see the IP addresses and the dates and the time he had logged into the EGP system and the actions conducted by him. If the liaison officer wants to edit the profile details, he has to go to My Profile, go to Edit, and then in here you can change the entity's address, land phone number, official email, and the details of the liaison officer, such as the mobile phone number, fax number, and the email. Now, let's look at how liaison officers can add assistant liaison officers to the system. In the training number 1, we explained that the liaison officers are being assigned by the head of the organizations. So that means the head of the organizations are delegating some of their powers to the liaison officers. However, assistant liaison officers are not assigned by the head of the organizations. It is the liaison officer who allocate assistant liaison officers to get their support for certain procurement related work. Therefore, it is not recommended to share liaison officer password with assistant liaison officers. The EGP system is being developed in such a way that the accountability of liaison officers are maintained in a proper manner. Therefore, assistant liaison officers should be created in the system and used when needed for certain procurement related work by the liaison officers. Now let's see how the liaison officer adds an assistant liaison officer. Go to Assistant Officer, click on Add User. So you get this form to complete the details of the assistant officer. User role is automatically selected as liaison officer assistant. You have to mention the name in here, the phone number of the assistant liaison officer, and please make sure you enter the phone number in this particular format, the NIC number of the assistant liaison officer, and the email address. The assistant liaison officer will get his or her password to access the EGP system to either this phone number or to the email address. So please make sure you enter the phone number and the email address correctly. And then you have to click the register button. If you have done it successfully, you get this message, user added successfully. Then you have to go to Assistant Officer, View Pending Officers. So you see the pending assistant officers details in here. So you have to confirm. Once you have confirmed the pending assistant officers, you have to go to Assistant Officer and View Officers. So you can see here there's list of assistant officers, and time to time when you need their support, you have to unblock them, and then only they can access the EGP system. So while they are on the block stage, they are not being able to log into the EGP system using their password. Thank you for watching this video. For additional questions, please contact info@promise.lk or call on 0112 151467. Additionally, you can also visit promise.lk and download the Procuring Entity Liaison Officer Guide.